Christmas came and went. It's been a few days, weeks, actually, months. But this is Latte arrival. We don't always arrive on time. And now, as we slowly approach spring, I'd like to tell you today how we spend our winter, our Christmas, basically the time from December until now. At the same time, I'd like to welcome all of you to Latte arrival. What is it about? Just some loose thoughts and opinions here and there. Not a travel guide per se, more like a visual journal, basically. Yeah, just our life as a married couple living in Korea with an affinity for travel and coffee, tea as well, but you know. And we start here in Seoul. We live outside of Seoul currently, so whenever we come to the city, it's often here, the express bus terminal. The connection is easy and convenient, and it doesn't really take all that long to get here. We've been coming to this exact place quite frequently over the past few months, to shop, to eat, meet with friends, and today Min wanted to visit the Shinsegae department store. I'm not really a big fan of shopping malls, but there are a lot of nice restaurants, bakeries, and things like that. And this is where we begin today. So let's look around Shinsegae, shall we? Step 1, Tonkatsu. We really wanted to visit this place, which serves Japanese-style pork cutlet. Actually, we were here the week before filming this, and opposite this restaurant is a ramen place, Tachibana. I didn't have my camera with me at that time, so here's just a couple of photos from our phones. But it was good, it was good. The problem was that most of their dishes had some kind of seafood in them. I don't really eat that. So I got the ramen with the least amount of, fishy stuff and just hoped for the best. Some kind of anchovy sauce, I think, was in it. But it was good. Didn't really taste fishy at all. Though at the same time, I was really aware that, it's there. And because of that, I didn't really enjoy it as much as I should. But back to the tonkatsu. I got it on my plate along with some delicious omurice. It's good stuff. It's really good stuff. We really wanted to visit this place next after our ramen fiasco. The ramen was really good. I can't say otherwise. It's just that I'm a little weird about the fishy stuff. So yeah, there's that. My wife got another tonkatsu chungsik, which is like a set pork cutlet and some pasta on the side, along with some shrimp. Both dishes were good, a bit different from each other, the meat itself, I mean. And we also had some oimichi, the cucumber side dish. Alright, let's see what else they had at Shinsegae. They really do have a lot of nice pastries here. We can't try them all, but we did try the bread from this little bakery over here. Actually, we always pass this place and we're always curious about it. We never tried it, until my 엄마-in-law bought us some bread later. It was really good. It was really good. And I could see why there's usually a long line of people waiting in front of this bakery, except today. Unfortunately, I don't have any footage of the bread we got that was really delicious, but I do have some pictures from the cafe that's right next door. We went there the week before. They have some nice eclairs that reminded us of Poland somehow. But the reason we went to that cafe was because we couldn't initially get a seat at this cafe. We really wanted to check out the eung, as they call it. I don't know how people say it in English, percentage Arabica, I don't know. Anyway, eung. A little bit later we did get a seat, so we decided to go in. And we got the Kyoto Latte. The coffee was actually not bad at all. It's just that I really didn't like the seating arrangement. There are basically a bunch of these very uncomfortable seats surrounding the center area where you go to pay and pick up your coffee. And yeah, they're really uncomfortable, to be honest. And I'm not a big fan of indoor cafes where there aren't any windows to look outside. I really hate sitting in cafes that are, drenched in artificial lighting. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but I like a cafe with nice natural light. So, all these cafes in malls, I'm not a big fan of in general. The coffee was good though. So Kyoto Latte, recommended. Takeaway, probably. And look what we brought back home. Some pastries from a bakery at Shinsegae. A strawberry latte cake for Min and a tiramisu cake for me. That was kind of an impromptu impulse buy, but no regrets, no regrets. It was quite good. This little pizza joint is a real gem. We actually come here a lot and it's definitely one of our favorites. I mean, listen, I know my pizza and this is easily one of the best I've ever had. There's not much to see here in Pyeongtaek, but this place alone is worth the trip. It was still pretty early, so alcohol-free beer for me. It was actually quite good. I liked it a lot with the pizza. We didn't eat anything yet, just so we could stuff our faces with delicious pizza as soon as the place opened. And we got 3 different kinds today. A basic margarita, one with pepperoni and black olives, and another with pistachios and pecans. I don't usually go for what I call weird pizzas. I like simple traditional pies, but Min tried the pistachio one before with friends and wanted me to try it this time too. If I'm honest, it wasn't for me. Objectively, it was good. I mean, the guy knows how to make a pizza. It just wasn't for me. Pistachios make it too sweet for my taste, but it was worth a try. I know Pyeongtaek may not be everyone's first choice for a travel destination. I get it, but if you're around, I highly recommend the meal. It's a small family-owned business, but it's usually fully booked, so you would have to reserve a table in advance, but it's absolutely worth it. Later that day, we came back to Shinsegae to meet our friends. We had tried some delicious eggtarts there before and wanted to take a few more home. I think it started as a pop-up stand, but it's now a permanent store. Honestly, those are some of the best eggtarts I've ever had. I'm not even joking, and we've tried a lot when traveling across Europe. They're a bit pricey, but in my opinion, totally worth it. And Min agrees. We mostly got the original ones, but Min also wanted to try a couple with Dubai chocolate. Honestly, I don't get the whole Dubai chocolate craze, but I never really liked it. But I gotta say, these were quite nice. We had some time to spare before catching the bus back home, so we wanted to go to a nice cafe and have something refreshing. At this time of day, and it was pretty late in the afternoon, most of the cafes were full, but we managed to get a seat at gariguette as someone was just leaving. Their specialty is traditional French pastry, but honestly, we were so full after dinner with friends that we only went in for a glass of iced Americano and a strawberry smoothie. Both were pretty good. Just like with the eung, I didn't really enjoy sitting inside, but the drinks were alright, and we had a place to sit and kill some time before going back home. Later at home, we enjoyed the tarts, along with some tasty eclairs we also grabbed on the way at shinsegae. A lot of sweets for one day, probably. Next weekend, Min's parents came to visit us in Pyeongtaek, and we went out to a local restaurant. I had a bowl of Jinju-style bibimbap, which is basically cold buckwheat noodles mixed with vegetables, an egg, and in this case, yukjeon, which is sliced beef coated in egg and pan-fried. To be perfectly honest, I don't know what makes it a Jinju-style naengmyeon specifically. Maybe the yukjeon, I don't know. Anyway, Min enjoyed galbijim, which is braised short ribs. It was good too, but you know, I'm a sucker for noodles, so I was glad I went with naengmyeon. We also started with a plate of yukjeon for the table. It was good. Later the same day, Min was meeting a friend in Yeongdo, and I just tagged along. I was curious to see what Christmas decorations they had at Times Square and if there were any nice cafes there. I had never been to Times Square, so I thought this would be a convenient opportunity to visit. Unfortunately, most cafes around that time were nearly full. I managed to find a seat at Mahogany and got a cup of hot Americano with a piece of a pretty good blueberry cheesecake. And honestly, that was pretty much it. Just hung out and waited for Min to meet me at the train station later. It was a simple, chill Saturday afternoon in Seoul. On Sunday, Min wanted to do some shopping at Starfield. Not really my thing, so I hung around at Starbucks instead. They had just opened a new branch on the 3rd floor. I'm not the biggest fan of Starbucks, but the new cafe really felt brand new. The chairs, you know, the tables, everything was super new. So we had some coffee and shared a cake, then Min went to do her thing, you know, and I got another drink, cold brew, and just relaxed and enjoyed my alone time. Before heading back home, we stopped by the food court. I got myself a bowl of Hong Kong style uyuk tangmyeon with kunmandu, you know, the fried dumplings. My wife had a set with seared beef steak and sotpap, so basically rice. And yeah, after that we just went home and that was it, the end of the week. Next time we came to Seoul, we wanted to explore Myeongdong. Since we got there a bit late in the afternoon, it was time to grab a bite, and we decided to check out Myeongdong gyoza. Now, we heard good things about it, and fortunately, they did have a table available. And you know, it's quite famous, so we are lucky to get a table just like that. And we really like the kalguksu, the knife noodles, you know, the hand-cut noodles. It was a good dish. After we ate, there was already a huge line of people waiting on the stairs and outside in front of the building, so again, we were quite lucky with our timing. Admittedly, I don't really come to this area that much, but I never knew they had a multimedia show at this shinsegae department store. Apparently a lot of people come to see it when it's on. This pong is a must in me. I mean, you can get these pretty much anywhere in Korea in winter, but it's usually red bean or custard cream. I've never seen the chocolate ones anywhere else. I'm sure they have them somewhere, but whenever we're in Myeongdong in winter, we always eat a bunch. There's always a lot of good food here at the night market. It makes you wanna try a bit of everything. And I had been dying to try this crepe with Nutella and fruits. I like the idea of it, but to be honest, it wasn't my favorite thing in the world. I wish the crepe itself was less crispy. Does that make sense? Just me? I also wish there was more Nutella and that the frozen fruits they used were slightly warmed. And then I think it would be a perfect winter snack. Just before Christmas, Min's family came to visit us in Pyeongtaek. Her parents and siblings with their families. We had booked a table, a whole room actually, in this Chinese restaurant at Hansong Starfield. The food was great, objectively, but just like with Tachibana back in Seoul, the entire menu, and it was quite long, had a lot of dishes that included seafood in some shape or form. I mean, with things like kimchi and stuff, I accept the fact, there's fish oil in them and whatnot, but as long as I can't taste it, I'm fine. But when the dish explicitly consists of seafood, I just can't. Even their jajangmyeon had some kind of seafood in it, I think. And that's usually my safe option. But we got some tangsuyuk for the table, and that's classic, can't go wrong. And for myself, I got a bowl of beef brisket jampong. Jampong is usually seafood, but I purposely chose the beef version. And to my surprise, it came with clams and stuff. I mean, my life, right? It was edible though. I took the clams out and finished the dish. Before heading back home, we stopped by Bonanza Coffee. A coworker had recommended it once, and I visited quite a few times since. I mean, it's a chain, but their coffee is quite good, especially the filtered ones. And that's exactly what I got today. Also, the snacks they offer are okay. Not necessarily my type, but I'm all about chocolate, but they're okay. Min like them. home we did a lot of, family stuff, a lot of speaking in Korean, and I'm not fluent enough just yet to follow everything, but thank God for the Steam Deck. Also, these TWG fruit gums are kind of fire. You can either dissolve them in water or just straight up eat them like gummy bears. Min got them from a friend, so I thought I'd share. On Christmas Eve, we got this little cake from Tusan place. We had to book way in advance because on holidays like this, it's often hard to get what you want if, you do it last minute. But unfortunately, the cake was a bit of a miss. It looked cute and all, but it was really nothing special. The mushrooms on top were also just pure sugar, so you couldn't really eat them. Or you could, but, you probably shouldn't. We like some of their cakes, but this one wasn't it. On Christmas Day, we went to Outback Steakhouse as soon as it opened, so this was our breakfast, essentially. We both got mushroom cream soup, different steaks, and a platter of cheese fries for the table. I really like the warm bread they always bring as a free appetizer with mango butter. It's not the first time we've gone there, but honestly we're quite disappointed. First of all, both of our steaks came rather cold, so we had to ask the staff to heat them up a little bit more. The girl who served us was absolutely great, so we didn't think too much about it or let it ruin our experience. But when the steaks came back, we discovered they had a lot of chewy parts. The meat itself had a lot of, the rubbery, tough bits. Anyway, a bit of a letdown, I must say. Still, we had a good time, didn't let it ruin our day. And the saving grace was the extra bread and mango spread you can ask for to take away. I can't say no to a freebie. After Outback, we went to hang out at Starfield, had a coffee, saw a movie, and after that pretty much went back home to enjoy Christmas. So, thanks for spending time with us today. We hope you enjoyed hearing our recap of how we spent winter in Korea. And now spring is almost upon us. There have already been a couple of really pleasant, warm days. I think the cherry blossom season will come early this year. Anyway, we're both looking forward to sharing more with you soon. So again, thanks for stopping by and see you next time.